So I came in earlier on to find that this thing on its side there with some damage, because that fantastic piece of equipment there just gave out. It's fully tightened up and everything else. However, it appears that it is no longer functional, and it dropped itself down, which meant that the bike got caught on all the rest of it, and it went, we've got a bit of damage. Nothing we can't fix, you know. No damage to the tank or anything, which is the main thing, I suppose. That has never given any indication of being faulty, but I guess I gotta believe it, because, you know, looking at it, I did pick it up before because I was that annoyed I didn't film it. So we've had a bit of mission creep anyway, because I ended up taking these covers back off, and, you know, they look that bad. I thought, well, let's give them a coat, the old smooth right, you know. And they got the full rebuild. Psst, 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 psst. Now, I'm waiting for another gasket to turn up for this. And whilst I'm waiting for all of that to do, you know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on these. Now, these are going to be quite, they're going to be more involved than I thought they would, because I'm going to split these up and I'm going to give them a bit of a sand down, and then I'm going to get some stopper or some very fine filler and just get rid of, these aren't going to be perfect, but I'm just going to get rid of this and this rash here, and I'm just going to keep going. Bit of filler, bit of primer, bit of sanding, bit of filler, bit of primer, bit of sanding. Couple of rounds, see what we come up with. That hasn't got to be perfect. We're not chip foos, you know? Yeah, let's have a crack. Right, so this was an important exercise, and I wanted to do this in a couple of different ways so I could understand how this stuff reacted, because after I've done this, one of the things that we still have to do, I've got to do all the plastics on the MT500, and that is going to be the same sort of thing. Now this, I did one way, this is the other. This is 240. Okay, that's got a, you know, and the thing is, I think this stuff is probably PA66. Does it say anywhere on it? Feels like glass reinforced ABS or something like that. I don't know. There's definitely something in it. This was just wiped down with thinners. And that is a far better proposition. Now, obviously with thinners, you know, blue roll, etc., you can see the blue streaks from the blue roll. There's an inherent danger, but I think that this is far more effective and far safer than doing that. Because now I've got to find a way of bringing that surface back on there. Let's have a crack. Don't know what I'm going to do yet, but let's have a crack. We should be good. Let's see how it reacts to a bit of scotch. That's what we're looking for. we've got that damage there. Now, I'm going to try and take that out there. Now, this is supposed to be a adhesion promoter, which is all in German. Okay. Right, so the adhesion promoter has gone off. I'm going to hit it with this primer undercoat. Touch dry, 15 minutes. So, what I went and did, because, you know, mission creep, hang on, let me just, was I hit those with a bit of filler primer. You know, I got a gun out, and, yeah, we did that. So, we've now got to wait 24 hours for this to go off, and then we can flat it off, start having a bit of a, you know, dance for the old wet and dry, you know. We've turned it into something that should have been quick and easy into, you know, major project on its own. But, you know, that's life, I suppose. That's motorbikes for you know. Yeah, I've had enough for one night. One of them came out great. Nice and smooth. That's going to be minimal work to get that nice. We've got a little bit there. But you can see what that spray filler does. It's pretty good. This one, however, fell on the bloody floor. What can you do? So we're going to have to do quite a bit of remedial work on this. You know, to get it back to... and, you know, you win some, you lose some. This quick spray and pray is not turned into that. This is going to take quite a bit of work, but I suppose it's cathartic, innit? Let's have a crack. 320. What do we reckon? All right, we'll give that a go. Normally I'd use something like stopper on this, or dolphin glaze, but honestly I'm not entirely sure it's worth the so we're going to give it a bit of a there we go, see, used the wrong end already. Right, I went off a bit quick. Ah, mission creep. I swore I wouldn't actually use the old wet and dry, but it looks as if it's going to be the only way to get this the way it should be. Oh yeah, that's loads better. Oh, this won't take long. There's never a clean way of doing this, is there? So, a bit of magic has occurred, bit of, you know, elbow grease, and what we've got now is something that's not that bad, you know. Bit of Scotch-Brite, bit of stopper, bit of wet and dry, you know. But we're in a position now where we're chasing things down rabbit holes. So, you know, this is never going to be. It's a 125 that you do skids on. So let's be realistic about it here, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with a bit of degreaser, and then I'm going to hit it with a coat of plastic primer, which takes about 15-20 minutes to go off. And then once we've looked at that, we should be able to see if there's any major blemishes that we can probably get rid of. If not, we'll hit it with the good stuff. Let's have a crack. So I've gone to edit this down and realised that the sound file is completely blank because the microphone decided to die. Unfortunate, but one of those things. So we're voicing over. Now, this panel here is, that's been completely flatted off. It's been done in primer and that's all sort of nice looking there. We've had a bit of filler primer and everything else in there and it's looking pretty flat, pretty nice, and I'm pointing at stuff. There you go. Now this one here has had a coat of the good stuff. And this is the actual paint that the plaster coat, clear white that we put on there, and that's all gone on nice, and that's had a coat. So what I'm going to do now is I'm probably going to flat this off and give it another coat. Just so we can make sure that we've got a nice, and it takes a little bit of time to go off. So what we're going to do with this one now is we're going to this is ready to go, and we're going to give this a hit with the good stuff. We're going to give it a hit with the nice white colour because it's nice and flat. It's been Scotch-Brighted, and we're good to go. And this is the stuff that we're using. This is the acrylic plaster coat. Yeah, it is plaster coat, and it's all right. It does take a little bit of time to dry this one. But we're going to give this it with this good stuff now.
And you can't hear the can rattle because obviously I'm voicing this over. So there you go. And that's pretty much it. It's just going to get a coat of that, and there you go. Hang on, I can fill this bit in. Tss, tss, tss. Chicka chicka chicka. Tss, 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 tss. Full rebuild in a can. Tss, tss, chicka 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 chicka. Tss, tss. Yeah, I got this. So these are now, they're cooking under the IR lamp, because I've got an IR heater, like a patio heater in here to take the chill off things. And look, these couldn't have come out any better, you know. I even got my beard in the shot there, and I'm desperately trying not to touch it because it's still tack, you know. But I can't tell you how pleased I am that these have come out like this. And that shine won't be completely there when I've, you know, when we've let this, you know, but they're going to look like fire on that.
I forget what day it is. I lost track of it all. I must have repainted this about 12 times because it just, you know, I've stopped chasing perfection. I never learn, you know, I just keep doing it. But there you go. So what we've got going on, this obviously is not on the stand because it stands broke. So we're going to start putting all this back together. And hopefully I can remember how to do it. Otherwise, we're going to have to use the words. Yeah. Anyway, let's have a crack.
Look into your eyes, see all my mistakes, and then I see there's nothing left worth fighting for, so I turn the other way, and then I see that I was happier and happier and happier that way, as I fall away.
or 1.1? Well, that just means I'm going to go for 1. SE, SF or SG. Backwards compatible with all previous API. So this is a drop of the good stuff. Well, won't hurt it. 1 litre. Novel if it fitted in the hole. Will it fit in the hole? Oh, what's the worst that can happen? You can get oil everywhere. Now I can't find a torque setting for these cover bolts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it by hand and make sure I feel comfortable. I don't mean I can't find a torque setting. I've got the workshop manual and I still can't find one. Perhaps I'm just not looking hard enough. It's definitely over the line, but of course it would be, because everything's empty. The filter's empty, the whole lot is empty at the moment because we've had everything out. So what we're going to have to do is we have to get it turning over, which is not a bad idea actually. There's no carb on it at the moment anyway, because that's I got to finish cleaning that. But we should be able to hook a battery back up to it and actually get some oil pumping in it, you know, make sure we've got everything right. Yeah, when I did this bike back in a couple of years ago now, it wasn't that long ago, but it was a barn find, and the bike itself was in a bit of a state, to be honest, and it took a little bit more work than I thought it was gonna. Common sort of theme, you know. But what I ended up doing with this one was stripped it down to the frame, and I had to rewire all the front harness on it, because where it bends and goes up there, it had all gone brittle, which is a common fault with these, and it was recalled for it. It's hilarious thinking a Honda would have actually repaired this, but I didn't realise it. I just did all soldering, heat shrink, and did it all up. Basically rebuilt the whole loom. It kept me out of trouble for a couple of weeks, you know. Like that, eh? This is where we find out we put all the clutch in the wrong, this thing in the wrong way. Right. Well, it's not caught fire. We got a neutral. Sounds fine. We have compression. Yep. We have success. That's good news.
It's alright, that.